what woman inspired you in like your lifetime so far?
I have two,
Okay.
and they're both people who I actually know. So one was a friend who was much older than me when I was growing up, and she just was this like super inspiring, like independent woman, and it was the first time I had seen that. So she showed me that like I could do whatever I wanted and reach whatever goals I wanted, and I didn't need permission from anybody else. And then the other person was actually my high school drama teacher, who just believed in me when I didn't believe in me, because we all need that person who sees us when we don't see ourselves. So those are the two biggest ones.
So I have a few women in my family that have inspired me. One would be my grandmother, who was a nurse. The other one was my aunt, who owned her own physical therapy business. And the other one, of course, is my mom, who was a stay-at-home mom and became a teacher and then a principal of alternative education of like 11 different programs at the same time. They just showed me the value of education.
Well, I am a big folk music fan, so the first woman who came to my mind was Joni Mitchell. She is arguably one of the best songwriters, not just a female songwriter, but just overall songwriters of all time. And her contributions to music have been so foundational to so many people, and so many have learned so much from her, myself included. So she's just really neat and really cool.
So the woman that has inspired me throughout my life has been Mother Teresa. So she has been a huge influence because the way she pours out her heart in every situation. So how she serves others, and she really follows, she has a true mission, is to truly impact the lives of others, and she's very selfless. She doesn't put attention on herself, but just to make sure that she loves everyone.
It's really fantastic, but it's also, I feel a lot of responsibility, which sometimes is overwhelming, because I just want you all like to be great and do great things, and I want to help you find your, like those two women who like supported me, I want to do that for like all of you, even if I don't have you in my classes. So there's a lot of like, I feel a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility, but it's what keeps me going and helps me get out of bed every morning.
Growing up in India, I had a grand aunt who was a math teacher and went on to become a professor and a principal at a college in India. And that in itself is rare, and so I really looked up to her and wanted to grow up to be just like her.
I would have to say that my mom inspired me since I was little. My mom passed away in 2017. My mom was a teacher, and then when we were little, the oldest of three, she moved all of us, the three of us and my dad, to England. And as a mother of three, she got her master's, and then later she moved us to the United States and got her PhD. So, and was a college professor. So, hardworking, smart, caring, etc. She instilled in all of us the love of learning and the love of loving all people. So she inspired me from an early age.
Female that inspired me, I would have to go with my mom, even though if you had asked me like 20 years ago, probably wouldn't have said her. But she embodies all the things that I look up to: strength and wisdom, patience and calmness, with fierceness woven into all of it. So.
What does it feel like to be a female in a leadership role?
I enjoy the fact that I get to inspire kids with my love of math, and hopefully lead to them pursuing math in some sort of career.
I think it's great, and I think it's really, really important for other females to see females in leadership positions, just as I saw my family in different positions due to education. It's important to have a voice and have a seat at the table. And if you don't put yourself out there, you don't go through the right education, and you don't have those goals, you won't be able to have that voice, which we need.
A female in a leadership role. This is such an empowering place to be in, at a school, being able to give girls, women, young women, the strength, you know, and the possibilities. Because I think being a woman of color has been a struggle as a young person, just being accepted and being acknowledged. It's been a hard road, but you know, I'm really, really grateful for all the women before me. I think there's just so many women that have poured into me, that have influenced me, and giving me these values that I think are really important to be successful in male roles, you know. So I think that's really really important.
I enjoy my job and my space in life, but it can be a struggle sometimes. People don't always take me seriously or want to go double check with someone else, get the exact same answer, and then it becomes truth, and that can be frustrating a lot of times. But you know, it makes the wins that much better when you get them. And I think that there are definitely some positives to being a woman in today's society. I think we have a lot more power and voice than we used to, even if it's not the same as other voices. And I don't know, as a mom, I really like that role too. The nurturing aspect that I don't know if it's innate with all women, but felt like it was innate with me when I didn't think it was going to be before kids. So that was kind of a nice one. But yeah.
My goodness, sometimes I don't think too much about that. However, other people make me think about that because I can see sometimes a difference on how they treat my counterparts who are male in the same leadership role. It feels like sometimes I have to work harder at what I do than my male counterparts, which makes it hard. But I do my best to make sure that I do what's best for all my students and the staff that I support. And I do it because I love to do it.
It's easy to forget that being in education is a leadership position, because we usually, you know, think of leaders as people who are making decisions and making up rules, but when you think of someone who has an impact, educators are definitely that. And it's honestly a little bit nerve-wracking when we think about how much impact we have over you all. So it's kind of scary, kind of humbling, but mostly it's just really fun that we get to be such a big part of the future, really.